Okay guys, we're going to do the best we have with what we actually have. So each of you will be issued one singular clear mask. They get put on by putting the thing like this, and then you put it up, and the foam fits firmly and contoured around your nose and the chin. See how it's loose though? You tighten it up until it's firmly here. The top part can be worn wherever your head holds. If you can do a bun, that's good. But you want it tight and firm so when you talk, it doesn't fall off and it doesn't make your glasses fog up. And it'll fog a little bit, so if you slow your rate of speed, it comes down. Now, I'm gonna get the close-up point. Look at the mask. See how it's all looky, yucky, spitty? Over time, that's a problem. So, how do we get these off and how do we clean them? Because yes, they're single use, but they're also $60 a box for 24 of them. And it took me like 3 months to get 2 boxes. So we are going to reuse these as long as we can or until we can make some more. So to get it off, proper doffing, you pull this back a little bit. Make sure you don't pull it all the way off. To loosen it up, you pull the top part here, and then holding the outside, loosen it up and pull the string off. Now, see how gross and spitty that is? We need to wipe it down. For these, you're going to use the red canister wipes. These do not kill COVID, but they kill most everything else, and they're gonna get the spit off. Don't use the purple jars for this because we have a second step of cleaning these. So, you pull the wipe out and you wipe it in a parallel motion, because if you do a swirly motion, A, you're gonna miss things, and B, you create swirl patterns that are harder to see. So we wipe it down, and then we grab, if this is closed, we open it up, but you grab this and slide it out, and it just comes out a little bit. And then you want to put it with it all the way in here and the straps lined out. This is going to UV sterilize it from 360 degrees. This is a special kind of material for the tray so the UV light can penetrate it. We close it and shut it, and it starts a cleaning cycle. And it has a quick clean, and if you need something fast, I guess you could wait for it and pull it open, but we want the deep cleaning cycle. You want it to go the full time. So while that is running, and notice I didn't touch my face at all while I was doing any of this, you're gonna hand sanitize because you just spent that whole time touching a contaminated mask. So you wipe, 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 and the hand sanitizing hand wash should go on for about as long as the cleaning cycle.
Dr. Burns, when we close this, is it automatically going to deep cleaning?
It is automatically going to run that cycle. It's going to do quick clean, then deep clean.
Perfect.
And it works better if you have a trash can. So
we'll get that.
So we'll get that sort of situated. So that's what you're going to do to sterilize your mask.
About how long is the deep clean?
It's 30 seconds for the quick clean, another 90 seconds for the deep clean.
Perfect.
And then when it's ready, you open it up and you can slide it out and you have a nicely sterilized mask. And my hands are clean, so I can go put it back on if I'm continuing and going to another patient, or I can put it in a container to store it. We also have shields. And you will need to keep up with your shield and keep it clean as well. it's going to be the same sort of situation with wipe it all down. The only thing that's kind of weird about this is you need to, because the part we can't sanitize with chemicals is the foam, right? So you need to pull the elastic sort of up like this when you're putting it in. So to get it in here, you're gonna slide the open bottom in first, and then you're gonna slide that like this. And then you push and see, come in here. It kind of straightens it out, and it leaves the elastic kind of out so that the light can get to it. And then you shut the door, and it's gonna run the same cleaning cycle. I've touched things. I hand sanitize because I've touched things, right? Every time. Now, talking about hand sanitizing, you're gonna get this a lot. Notice I'm going all the way up to my wrist, all the way up. And you have to rub. You need like a golf ball size amount of hand sanitizer, and it should be wet still for 30 to 45 seconds at least. And you're rubbing just like you would if you were using actual soap and water cleaning. So it may be a little bit extra rubbing to do the whole time cycle, but if it's still running, you have to wait for it. You might as well chill out and hand sanitize your hands. So those are the things that we're going to probably prefer in clinic. The paper masks, we have one a clinic day. If you want to dry it out and sanitize it on your lunch break, feel free. That's an issue. The other thing, if you are up here working on things and you have your fabric mask, you can use this to do a fabric mask as well. Let me point out the awkwardness of this. See how it closed? You need to sometimes, that's why you want this one at the front and not the back, because you need to be able to straighten it out. At this time, we have not made a strict decision on how we're going to be storing these. If anybody has any great ideas, I am open to them, but you will be responsible for keeping your sanitation supplies and PPE.
And I'm going to point out from behind the camera, this is Dr. Dawkins, that if you should lose these, you do have to find something that would be approved by your clinical supervisor to replace it. You can't just replace it with whatever you happen to find on, you know, eBay or Etsy. It has to be something that would be approved for clinical use. So essentially what I'm saying is Dr. Burns is head of clinic. Go see her if you've lost it so that she can help you find what would be appropriate.
So fabric masks, the big thing where it's going to be wanting to crush up is that you need to have the straps spread out, and you kind of put it in carefully because it's not quite tall enough for how much of them. You don't want any folds if you can help it. And again, it starts when you shut it and it runs.
Perfect.
So the other thing, let me put this out of the way. The other thing to know about this is you don't want to put anything too dirty on it. You should pre-clean, as you'll learn with infection control, but this will get dusty eventually. So you don't need to use the big sterilizing wipes, but a wet wipe of like the red canister used to gently wipe things down will work fine. I think that covers all of the pieces. Obviously, don't be glommed up together as a big class. Your clinic partner and your supervisor can chill together here while you're doing something, and then you'll move off to your section.
Yeah, otherwise maintain social distancing is recommended. So
All right.
There we go.